Hello everyone, welcome to the MySQL part session 2. In last session, the first session, we have explained about the introduction, how to create a database, drop a database, and many more. The introduction of a database and the introduction of an MySQL. Now let us see session 2. Welcome. MySQL create table we have seen, and many other how it will create it. Let's see. A table is used to organize data in the forms of rows and columns and used to both storing and displaying records in the structure format. It is similar to worksheets in the spreadsheet application. A table creation command required three things: name of the table, name of fields, definition of each field. We can see here MySQL allows us to create a table into a database by using a create table command. Following is a generic syntax for creating a MySQL database. Create table, table name. Let's see the syntax. Let's see the syntax first. Create table, the table name. If you are given the create table employee DB, what are the columns? What are will appear column and the definition and the table contents if we want. We can do. Let's see the example here. MySQL create table, employee table, ID int, not null, auto increment. Here you can see ID as a value and int as a data type, and a name varchar as a data type, not null, constants. Occupation primary key, occupation varchar, and age int, not null, primary key ID. Here the constant has been declared as a primary key, that is goes to ID. See the table structure. When we have to see a table structure, how the table structure has been created, we will use the command describe the employee table. We use to show a table. And then MySQL alter table. MySQL alter statement is used when you want to change the name of your table or any table field. It is also used to add or delete an existing column in a table. The alter statement is always used with the add, drop or modify commands according to the situation. Here we can add, drop or modify. There are three commands where we can use in a MySQL alter table. For example, alter customer table, add customer average age. We are adding another column, another age. Add customer age varchar 40, not null, it will be added. And the alter table, the customer table wants to be modified, want to be altered. So we are adding a customer age as a varchar variable and the character. Add multiple columns in a table. Alter table, table name. The first we want to type an alter table and the table name. If we are using a customer details, alter table, the customer, add customer number, customer mobile number, the int, the first and after column to modify, to add another new column. It will go on when we how many commands we will add. Then modify column in the table, alter table name, modify column, which we can alter table, customer table, modify customer surname varchar 52 null. We have defined, if we have defined the only a character, we can modify with the var character. Here you can see an example and a syntax. Drop column in table. Here we have seen a drop command in the session 1. It has been dropped with the whole database. Here we are dropping in a column, not a database. We are using an alter table, table name, drop column, column name. For example, alter table, customer table, drop column, customer address. We want to drop. We don't want with an address with the customer. We have to drop a column called customer address. Then we'll see rename column in table. syntax alter table. This are comes with an alter table only. Column, change column, old name and the new name. If the old name was customer surname and customer title, where has to be changed. You can see the example. Then renaming in a table, alter table, table name, rename to a new table name. It is an easier way. We can rename it directly. Then MySQL add or delete column, add column. You have seen alter table, table name, add column, column name, column definition. The existing definition we have to enter. Drop column, column table name, alter table, table name, drop column, column name. MySQL create database. Some of the queries we have seen: create database DB1, MySQL select database, use DB. We have seen create query. When creating a table, customers ID in, this is a simpler way. You can see the example. Query, the database has been created, the query want to be created. Here you can see MySQL create query is used to create a table view, procedure and function. For example, create table customers ID, int, name, varchar, city, varchar and primary key as a ID. And the alter query, add age, insert query. Here the alter query we have seen, then we will come up with the insert query, inserting records into a table. When we have created a database and when we have created a query, then we have to insert a record, some of the records. The simpler way is to insert into a customers, enters into a table name, database name, the values and the definitions. Insert into customers, values 101, int, name was Rahul, the address was Delhi. The update query, the same. The MySQL update query is used to update the records of the table. Update, database name, table name, set name is equals to BOB, city London, where ID is equals to 101. And then we have seen a delete query. MySQL update query is used to delete records of the table from the database. We can see, and you can work it out with your text editor of MySQL. Your MySQL, you have work it out with these queries. Delete from customers where ID is equals to 101, and then select query. This is used to select all the tables from the query. Select star from customers. Terminate, MySQL update query is used to terminate or remove the records of the table. If does not remove structure, for example, terminate table customers, you can use. Next, see MySQL indexes. How to create index in MySQL. An index is a data structure that allows us to add indexes in the existing table. It enables you to improve the faster retrieval of records on a database table. It creates an entry for each value of the indexed columns. We use it in the quickly find the records without searching each row in a database table whenever the table is accessed. We can create an index by using one or more columns of the table or a efficient access to the records. When a table is created with the primary key or a unique key, it automatically creates a special index named as primary. We call this indexed as a clustered index. All indexes other than primary indexes are known as a non-clustered index or secondary index. When we are creating when the table has been created with the primary key or a unique key, it automatically takes indexed name as primary. When it not, it takes as a clustered index or a secondary index. Here you can see an example. Generally we create an index at the time of table creation in the database. The following statement creates a table with the contents of the two columns, column 2 and a column 3. Create table T index, column 1 int primary key, column 2 int not null, column 3 int not null, column 4 varchar, index is equals to column 2 and column 3. It will goes as a primary index. The index of column 2 and 3, it will be a primary index. MySQL where clause and some of the clauses. MySQL where clause is used to select, insert, update or delete clauses to filter the results. It specifies a specific position where you have to do the operation. Where condition is similar way to insert or select some way. You can see a syntax where condition, where which is the condition. Example, select staff from officers where address is MOV. It displays if the MOV is there, it will display as a one record has been selected. You can execute this query and check it out. MySQL where clause with AND condition. For example, select staff from officers where address is Lucknow and officer's ID is 5. When we are finding out an officers table, officers database, we are going to the Lucknow. The add city, address is city and the ID has been same, where we have to find out some person where address select from officers. We have seen it from officers Lucknow and officer's ID is 5. This will display how many officers are there in Lucknow. And with the OR condition, where clause with OR condition, select staff from officers where address is equals to Lucknow or address is equals to MOV. It will show address in Lucknow or address in MOV. MySQL where clause with combination of AND OR conditions. You can also use AND OR conditions all together with the where clause. Select star from officers where address is equals to MOV and officer name is equals to Ajit or officer ID is less than 5. It will display where condition first address MOV and where the officer name is Ajit or officer ID is less than 5. MySQL distinct clause. MySQL distinct clause is used to remove a duplicate records from the table and fetch only the unique records. The distinct clause is only used with the select statement. Select distinct expression from tables where we can use where also. Example, select distinct address from officers where name is equals to ABCD. It will select the unique records, not with the duplicate, the remove records with the ABCD. MySQL from clause. The MySQL from clause is used to select some records from a table. It can also be used to retrieve records from the multiple tables using the join condition. Syntax from table 1, inner join, left outer join, right outer join. Here we can see, we will discuss about it later. The inner join and the outer join joins. Table 2 on table 1, column 1 is equals to table 2, column 1. Where retrieve data from one table using a from clause. Select stars from officers where officer ID is less than or equals to 3. It will display where the officers table, it will display where officer ID is less than or equals to 3, who are all there, it will be displayed. MySQL from clause retrieve data from two tables with inner join. We use inner join for combining of two tables or more. We can see the example. Let's take an example of retrieving data two tables using inner join. Here we have two tables, officers and two students. Select officers, the officer's ID, comma students dot student name. We are selecting officers dot officer's ID. In officers, we are choosing an officer's ID. In students, we are selecting a student name. From students, in a join officers on students dot student is ID, officers dot officers ID. MySQL order by clause. The MySQL order by clause is used to sort the records in ascending or descending order. we can use where conditions or from conditions. Here you can see in a syntax. Select expression from tables where conditions order by ascending or in a descending order. Without ascending order and the descending order, you can see it will be displayed as a Lucknow order by officer name. It will display the overall officers is there in the from officers. Select star from officers where address is equals to Lucknow order by officer name. Group by class, it will group to result one or more column. The MySQL group by clause is used to collect data from multiple records and group the result by one or more column. It is generally used in a select statement. You can also use some aggregate functions like count, sum, minimum, max, average, etc. on the grouped column. Syntax: select expression 1, expression 2, many more. We can select any many more option here. Aggregate function expression from tables where condition and the group by clause. Having clause, here say when group by, then we are going to an having. Select expression 1, 2 or more columns. It always return the row where the condition is true. And thank you. In this session we have discussed the clauses and indexes and the query to create a table query, many more. In next session we will discuss with the another queries. And thank you for watching this video.